Balance patch. Okay, we expected this a few days ago already. It was a little late, I guess, but rather late than never. See, yep, it's looking Gucci. This is readable for you guys. Ah, nice, nice. That's a great balance. Zomtoas, don't do me like that. Motherfuck! Wait, would it work on the... No, the Steam client is even worse readable than this. Is it not working? It was working on my phone. Wait, let's see if someone already posted it somewhere. Opened on Steam. Well, the thing that you open on Steam is even worse for readable for this. Maybe someone already posted it on Reddit. Reddit. Select by new. Balance patches up. Yep. Thank you very much, Reddit. Okay, we're gonna do it by Reddit. Okay. It's readable. Well, no, there's a few things where my head will be in front of. Let's fix that real quick. Can we fix that? Yeah, right. No. Nope. We need margin left. That's a little bit enthusiastic. Okay, we don't need that much more on the screen anyways. Okay, we do need a little bit. I think this is about right where I can scroll to the right. Yep, perfect. Nice. Fixing shit. Needs to be zoomed out. I think it is readable-ish. Yeah, I think this is readable. Okay, so let's see what we have for a balance patch. Apparently I had to do it on Reddit because the other thing didn't open. But first of all, we got a windy nerf. And windy nerfs, ooh, that's actually a big one. Creates a shield for 1 turn on all allies, excluding yourself. AKA, windy cannot really protect itself. That's, well, which is definitely an interesting one. That is definitely an interesting one. Would this actually make it, because in the end, Karkana already went through the shield. I think for Perna in general, it's definitely a lot better. The Sarions will be able to hit more often from the first hit of the get-go, because normally it first had to Oblivion and then actually start hitting. So that part is a little bit better over there. So yeah, that's, I would say, an interesting one. Then next off, we have Occult Girl. Dark, Nikki is hitting 1 time less. That's actually pretty huge, because hitting 1 time less, and it doesn't mention anything about keeping the same damage. So that's a big damage decrease from that skill, because additional damage artifacts is going to be less, and that's going to be less as well. Then we have the EMP shock from Veronica is going to be increases cooldown for 2 turns to 1 turn cooldown decrease. Ooh, that's actually really big. That's a huge nerf to Veronica, actually. Because 2 turns, you can't violent proc out. This you can violent proc out. Still, if you would have Veronica plus a stun afterwards, then it would be definitely be something that is worsened. But it's still useful. But 2 turn cooldown is the thing that made Veronica very strong. This would be a little bit strong. Wait, 1 target still gets... Oh yeah, true. The one that you select on... Oh, good that I have chat here. I'm always half reading this shit. But true, the one that you selected on still gets 2 turns. So let's say the most impactful cooldowns, Shizuka's, those kind of shit, you still turn to. I like that. I think it's not gutted. I think she's still good. Same for Nikki. I think Nikki and Veronica are still good. They're just not as OP anymore. Then we have Doabe Lords, which are all Doabe Lords. So someone just mentioned we don't have a Byungil nerf. This is technically a Byungil nerf because Byungil stunning on skill 1. There are a bunch of Byungils actually built on Revenge, which is pretty much accessible because of that. Because let me actually check. What was the rate normally with skill ups of that skill? Skill 1, does it go up in rate? Yeah, it went up to 50. So currently it still goes up by 20. So it will become 35. So that's definitely a whole bunch less. And then we have the dark one, increase your attack bar up to 30 per turn when you recover. Okay, that's very fair because this shit was just full attack bar increasing everything all the time. Even an Asher, then it would still boost it up to living shit. The water one is absorb your... Okay, that's going to be even more absorb for Jongnam. Well, Jongnam is nerfed on the skill 1, so the skill 1 is very less likely to stun, but the absorb for that is pretty strong. Fire 1, I guess, also buffed. Increase the damage you deal proportion to the enemy destroyed HP. Could be interesting, Not entirely sure if I really like that. Increase. Yep, if no beneficial effects. When an ally attacks an enemy, increases. Okay, so this is just always a thing right now, which I guess can be used more here and there, but it's still not really that I would say like, ooh, this is super crazy good. This one is absorb. That's for Light Ivor. That's actually pretty big nerf as well. So they're actually addressing all of the OP LDs because Light Ivor is in here, Nikki is in here, Veronica is in here. Absorbs the attack bar to 30. Okay, inflict damage to 30 as well. Okay, so just pure numbers decreasing. Definitely do agree with that. No Laura. Yeah, apparently they don't care about Laura. I would say Laura's a little bit more in okay-ish position right now, but it was not as strong as... I would say Veronica and Light Ivor were the strongest on the battlefield right now, which are the main two that are addressed, plus Nikki in this case. Plus we have a Windy nerf, which actually does switch out quite a bunch of things or possibilities for offenses in the first place. Also for defenses, mainly defenses actually. So then we have the Fire, which is damage increased by 50 to 100 to 120 if you don't get hit on your turn. Okay, still not really sure if this is going to be used that much, the Fire one. Water Devil Maiden, removes some beneficial effect from the and absorb all attack bar. Which one is that? Remove one beneficial attack. Absorb all attack bar. Is that the one where... I'm pretty sure that's the one where it goes into the cage thingy, right? Yep, that's this one. Okay, so you also absorb attack bar and then you can give this thing to yourself. Not sure if it's really good, but it might be like you do that skill and then you absorb and then you also give some protection. It's still the issue that you have to land those skills, but it's not too bad. Ooh, Ritsu buff. Ritsu buff. Wait. Okay, gets 40% attack decreased and your attack speed gets faster by the decreased speed. When the slow trap, is removed, the attack speed goes back to normal. I'm not sure if I'm liking that buff on Ritsu though. Because you still have to land your shadow trap. Plus, you kind of... No, I think that's almost a nerf. Because normally you can see, well, you get more speed. But does it even matter that you get more speed if the trap is there? Because normally something takes a turn and therefore you take a turn. But if you decrease their speed, what's the point? I don't know. Because you cannot place the traps on multiple units at the same time. So that just... Maybe I'm thinking wrong about it, but that makes it very weird. I'm not sure if that's necessarily a buff or anything. I feel that's a very weird one. Just... I don't know. That's actually very weird because you want them to take a turn, so you take the turn. But if you decrease their speed, you're not gonna take the turn because of that passive. So, I don't know. That's kind of a weird one. If you could apply multiple traps at the same time, then it would make sense, but now it doesn't really make too much sense to me at all. Okay, let's look at Zeratul. Remove some beneficial effects when you land critical. Remove one beneficial effect with no special conditions. Recovers 10% at the end of the turn. Okay. So, I think you still have to crit anyway, so the first part doesn't really change jack shit. But I would definitely say that the recover 10% at the end of the turn gives him a little bit more of a bruiser potential. There is a Björnjol nerf, actually. Let's see what else. I think it's a kind of a buff, but is it really good? I'm not sure. Then we have the Wind Geralt, which is decreases cooldown of Dancing Star by 1 turn if you have 2 or more beneficial effects after the end of the turn. Still don't think that that would do anything. I have no clue why or what or when. Wait, not this one. This one, right? Yeah. I don't know. Zeratul? Well, you still need Zeratul to crit for multiple hits, right? So he strips, but he doesn't do the multiple hits, so you still want Zeratul to strip, right? Or not to crit, to multi-hit. So that's, I don't know. Fire one, we have a stun chance on Ignite. That's probably this one. Okay, that's still, well, that would be a good rate for stunning, actually. That would be a good rate for stunning. Light one, you lose one adrenaline and increase your attack bar. Okay, wait, when does he actually lose adrenaline? Lose one adrenaline, gain attack bar whenever you're hit by the enemy. Okay, that's... Not sure if that makes you good enough, but let's see. This one, alchemy, increase the harmful effect rate, activation by 20. As long as this is not a guaranteed land, it's just useless. Anyhow, like, it's just useless. Okay, attacks once. Final step is attacks twice. Ooh, Light Syria. I'm already liking that part about it. Because this thing is now hitting twice, which is definitely good for additional damage speed multipliers. Then we also have this one. The amount of damage is adjusted to... okay, so it's just additional damage artifacts work a little bit better. She's still hard to stack. Yeah, not sure. Then we have some fire. Your attack speed decreased. Okay, your attack speed stays 100 until next turn. Okay. Not... it's the protect thingy or something, right? Not sure if I like it that much. Immune against inability effects on... Whoa, wait, Lucia gets immune against inability effects, so he can't stun the bitch? Wow, okay, that's OP. Increase HP recovery from 40 to 50. Okay, that's a big nerf one. But inability to stuns? That's a nasty one, bro. That's absolutely a very nasty one. Then we have Ifrit. Oh, wait. Yep. Increase Oblivion to 3 turns if the... Okay, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. The Saurian gets a 3-turn Oblivion if you hit something that was already Oblivion. I like that. I like that. Decrease the damage with no harmful effects from 30 to 20. Okay, increase the damage inflicted... 30... Wait, so it's nerfing the damage? Yeah, it's nerfing both the damage, but it gives more Oblivion. Okay. Yeah, okay. Ish, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's even... No, I think they could have stayed this, like, had the last part just the same. The Oblivion for... No, that's actually making him worse rather than better, I would say. Then we have the light one, absorbs enemy attack bar after stealing and benefit. That's actually not bad. Elsharian is a pretty nice buff for an absorb after a steal. It's pretty sad if you don't land your steals, but okay. We got Josephine with a buff of 20 to 30% on the shield. No one was asking for that shit. No one was asking for that shit. We don't want that shit. Okay, so Hell Ladies, both of them increase damage on their harmful effects, so no continuous damage, any of those. Okay, it's fine. Then we have the all Beast Monks. Crushing Blow always crits. Okay, would you then say that you could build your Kumar, Shazam, Raoul on crit damage slot 4? Could maybe be a thing. I think their multipliers on the skill 1 is still not that crazy. It's still max HP scaling, so you just need a little bit of crit damage on it and it would already do some. So I don't think it's too bad. 5 lions wasted for that. I agree. Then we have this one. Wait, it first Oblivions and then Silence. What an Isis buff. There's probably occasions where that would make sense. I guess on like a Juno and shit. Because on Juno you apply the Silence, you get speed buff, and now you apply the Oblivion. That's, I guess, the only thing. Totemis Dark is decrease the enemy grant harmful effects from 15 to 20. Okay, I guess. The Beba buff. Your attack bar will increase by 50% if an ally gets defeated while having his skill on cooldown. That's actually... The Bay, in all honesty, is not that bad. It is actually not that bad, so... it might actually be somewhat of a dangerous unit. Because the Doabe actually has an insane amount of damage. His damage output on the S3 with an AoE branding is actually pretty high. So, thing is, he has to have this skill on cooldown and then he gets turns more often. But it's just 50%. He's not going to get like an instant turn or some shit. That would be pretty strong. Okay, then we have the Ryu Fire Wind Dark. Hadouken will activate with a 32. Wait, so I am so happy. No joke. I am so happy I already cleared that fucking stage of Spires. Wait, let me show you this one. I am so happy I already cleared that motherfucking stage because that stage is going to be a bitch, man. Holy shit. Where's that stage at? Somewhere over here, 74, so. This one. It is violent. Plus, this thing is gonna have higher activation rate to do 2 hits on you. This is going to be insanely impossible, bro. I'm so happy I already did this. We got Sam EU with a tier 1 or 12 months year already. Thank you very much. But yeah, that's going to be very strong for those two. We have the Fire Magic Mike. Okay. Your attack power increases for 1 turn if you receive damage. Okay. I guess it's... Wait, that's actually instead of the speed. Oh, that's actually good. Because you don't really need the speed. I always call them magic mics. Like they're magic mics. This is the Fire Magic Mic. But yeah, that's actually making Fire Magic Mic pretty good. Good for R5, good for Necro, good for a whole bunch of stuff. We got the Brownie Mages with Fly gains another... wait. What is Fly... Is Fly S2? Could it be Gemini S2 getting another turn with Fly? Man, that's going to make that unit RNG as fuck. Yeah, S2 is Fly. Okay, that's the Death Break. So after the Death Break, they have a chance to get another turn. Interesting. And even Fever Time has that. Wait. So then it means that Aquila... Oh no, wait. This one. So only their S2s also become that. Okay. Yeah, Douglas buff. I'm kind of afraid of our Douglas buff. Like, not gonna lie. Let's see what else we have. We have the Fire one, increase the attack bar of our allies. Okay. Wait, how many hits is that for you, actually? I think it's like 5 hits or so. It's quite some hits on the Huahe. Where the hell yet? Yeah. Doesn't show how many hits. Nice. It's not bad. It gives a little bit of boost. It's not too bad. Then we have some Barbaric Kings, and yeah, max HP, defense is decreased by weight. Okay, normally they lowered their HP, now they lower their defense, which I think is fair because these things were just literally killing themselves. Then we have the Robo Light and that, stuns for 1 turn with a 50% chance, not interesting enough. Then we have the Pirate Captain, Karak. Okay. Decreases the cooldown of bombardment by 1 turn if instead of... Wait. And instantly gains another turn. I still don't think it's going to be a 4-star bomber, igniter, whatever. Yeah, you lower it by 1 cooltime. You still need to proc once. You can kind of cycle skills in between, but it's not that great. You're not going to use that either out. Bombardment stun chance is lowered. Okay. Wait, added effect. Bombardment is gonna give bombs itself? Okay, then it might be interesting. I didn't read that far yet. It's gonna give bombs? Wait, bombardment gives bombs? That might make Frigate actually pretty interesting for a bunch of stuff. Like, not gonna lie, Frigate might actually be good. Lucky we cleared the Douglas stage. Yeah, the Douglas stage is going to be insane, man. The Douglas stage is going to be absolutely a bitch. But Frigate might be pretty good. Decreases the cooldown of full turn by 2 turns if an enemy is defeated while this skill's on cooldown. Okay. Not bad, actually. It's less stun chance, but it's bombs. So it could stun and bomb. It's still a random skill, though. That's kind of the issue, because you click this on someone and it could hit absolutely the other units. So it's a little weird, but it's pretty interesting for this part as well. Wait a minute. The rule of despair has changed. When glancing hits, the stun rate is reduced by half. So, wait. Despair cares about glancing again. They thought it was unfair, which I totally agree. It was unfair that Despair was like, elemental bullshit. And we don't care about no elements, we just hit on Despairs. It's okay, I think that's totally fair that that is reduced. And then Seal, wait, they actually increased Seal rate to 25%. That's actually kind of big. Less Juno stuns on water, yeah, exactly, that kind of shit. But Seal rate to 25%, I think it's fair. Seal rate was... Like, we were casting SWC and we're like, oh, Seal happened. Then it's like, ooh, that was once. Like, it was a mentionable thing because it literally never happened. Okay, now we have some changing of Awakens. Wind Series is gonna get the Speed Awakening. I was expecting that for one of the other series, but Wind Series getting Speed Awakening. Let me check Wind Series. Wind Series is... okay. It's kind of like the, what's it called? She has a super similar kit as this one. It's slightly different. Triple Seal is actually going to be 75% chance to seal. That's interesting, yeah. Ignores the defense up to 80%. Okay, it does have the ignore defense and then another skill over here. Not that bad, not that bad. Then we have this one, which is the Light Pure Vanilla. Okay, Light Pure Vanilla gets a skill increase on Strength of Love and Peace. Okay, cooldown gets one lower. Still shit unit. Wait, is that the only thing? It's just cooldown lowering? I don't even know what the fucking skill does. It's the Revive. Fuck that, man. No one likes that unit anyway. Okay, then we have the Water Hell Lady. That's actually gonna get Strengthen on the Gouge, which is higher chance of activating dots. I think that might be like full-on activation on dots then, right? Might actually be a pretty interesting one. No, it doesn't go up in chance, but it's 3 hits, 70 time, or 70. Not too bad, not too bad. It is an interesting one. It's not super great. Then we have... Ooh, wait. Is Savannah gonna... Wait a minute. Savannah's getting the resistance into accuracy. Wait, where the hell's Ian, by the way? Ian, resistance lead? Anyone? No? We don't care? Okay, fine. But... that's actually a pretty interesting one, because Savannah was always classified as one of those too hard to build because you need too much crit rate, too much accuracy, too much attack, too much speed. This would make that quite a bit better. And then this one is going to be interesting as well. I saw it a few times in the chat already. Skydancer Jasun, self-strengthening, grants 2 immunity on the target allies with full HP. So I'm not sure if it's including herself because it necessarily specifically says allies. But I think Siege Offense. We're definitely going to see her more on Siege Offense. Not sure if we're going to see her anywhere outside of Siege Offense, but that's definitely something that's nice. Fire Hacker still, Res Awakening. I think Fire Hacker on Res Awakening is totally fine. It's more like things like Ian, like Oberon back in the days. Those Res Awakenings, why? They don't need it. Then we have a few more... buffs on Magic Mics. The Magic Mics base speed go from 90 to 95. Very much makes sense. The Fire and Dark one readjusted moves and improvements. Okay. Fine, I guess. Doesn't change that much. And then a bunch of errors. Okay. So to recap, Balance Patch is relatively short. There are a few things I think are semi-impactful, mainly for... I think for the high-end RTA, in the sense of the L&Ds are addressed. I would say that a lot of siege things are addressed. I would say it's not a bad patch. I think a lot of people are going to say it's a bad patch if they were really hoping for a Heigang nerf. In all honesty, I've said that multiple times. I think Heigang is a pretty lame unit, but I don't think Heigang is a pretty OP unit. So... I would say that this balance patch, to be honest, is not super bad. But I would say that a few things are maybe left out. So I would say Windy nerf, definitely good. Nikki nerf, deserved. Veronica nerf, deserved, but not got it. Same for Nikki, it's not got it. I like those two things. No direct Byungel nerf in the past, but I think Byungel is kind of doable to deal with. We kind of like figured out a way around it to deal with it. Plus the stun chance is already a pretty big nerf. You're definitely going to notice that part. Dark Doabe Lords is definitely one that I like to see slightly nerfed. Light ones, I'm still not sure about that. Light Ivor nerf, I think it's very fair as one of the strongest, or Light Ivor was actually the strongest unit in game. I would say Veronica was second strongest unit in game. Why would I say Light Ivor was strongest unit in game? If you check the current top 6 or top 7 in RTA, like 5 or 6 of them are like Light Ivor spammers, so that kind of determines whether a unit is good. Veronica was very good, so I definitely do think that this slight change, it's not even a super big change, but this slight change is definitely fair. I think the change on Ritsu, it's a very weird buff to Ritsu. I have to play with it to actually figure out if this is actually a buff, because I think it's more of a nerf. Because the moment that Shadow Trap is on one unit, you kind of want to ignore it, but not really. It's kind of really weird to have it just slowed at that moment, because you cannot place another trap on another unit while there is already a trap on the first unit. So I don't know about that, to be honest. 0-2 buff might be interesting, mainly on the recovery. The remove beneficial effect for no crits doesn't matter that much because you need them to crit for the multi-hits anyways, as far as I know, so that doesn't really change shit. Geralds, I would say the Geralds I'm not too sure about if they got any better. Maybe the light one-ish, but the others I'm not too sure about it. Light Siri doesn't seem that crazy. Thessarion, I feel that this is a really weird one where Thessarion is actually nerfed on the damage and the lowering of damage, but it gets a chance for a 3-turn Oblivion. Is that really that good? I don't know. You can still cleanse it in one sitting pretty much, so not sure if that's that great. Light Ifrit might be actually kind of interesting-ish with an Absorb, because Absorb is always pretty nice, gives him cycling pretty fast. I would say the Beast Monks, maybe for siege defense, they can actually add up some damage with crit damage then, because they have max HP scaling. Wouldn't be too bad. Maya, not too sure about. The Bay might be slightly getting into interesting range. The thing with the Douglas buff, that might be pretty annoying and strong. Magic Mike buff on Astar, I think that's a pretty strong one. The Brownie Mages, I am not too sure about those buffs, but sure is fair. We got the Hawaii buff, I think it's pretty decent. And then the Pirate Captain buffs, I guess are okay. I am definitely liking this part about the Despair not working on wrong element as much. So, yeah, okay. Mainly a siege patch. Yeah, absolutely mainly a siege patch, except for addressing a few of the top of LDs. Would I say that this is a really good balance patch? Because in the end, this is probably the last big chance for a balance patch before SWC. I think they could have done more. But I also think it's not that bad. Like, especially with a few changes of these over here. There are a few interesting changes over here that might add in 1 or 2 units. We got no Smyce nerf, we got no Heigang nerf, we got no Laura nerf. I think Laura's more or less getting a little bit more in the same, or like getting more and more towards an okay-ish state. But she's still pretty strong, that's definitely true. Nikki was pretty much as strong as Laura, so they could have nerfed both. But I don't really think that Nikki was stronger than Laura or the other way around in previous balance, to be honest. So for that part to nerf one, yeah, they could have nerfed both. Yep, I guess. Hey gang, no nerf. I think that's the main thing that people are going to ask for. Why no Hey gang nerf? Why no Hey gang nerf? I think Hey gang is good, but I don't think Hey gang is super OP, impossible to play against, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. It is just one of those units. It's the same thing as I would say like, oh, Juno has to get nerfed because I play Nefties all the time. Like, yeah, if you play a certain comp that strips, you are going to be fighting a lot of Hey gangs. That's just the way it is. You're going to be playing into your counter. So for that reason, I could say like, oh, Juno is OP. But that's the thing that a lot of people that play some kind of AoE-CC still or do something, then yeah, they could say like, ooh, Hey gang is OP. But I think if you check the numbers, it's not as bad. So yeah, I think that's all there is to it for this balance patch. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought was missing or what you maybe like from this balance patch. Or maybe units that you start picking up. I will definitely give Ritsu a try. But I definitely don't think that Ritsu will become like OP or anything close to OP or something like that. So let's see about that. I don't think any of the LD5s that are nerfed are gutted. I think any of the LD5s that are lowered, they're just fair and lowered. but not by an insane amount. Like the Light Ivor still has the strip potential, still has a shit ton of turns, still has a lot of shit going on. And we still have like Veronica, still everything is still good. Nikki, it's still good. Like all of those units are still good. They're not gutted like Gurkha was nerfed in the past, kind of gutted style. So I definitely do like those nerfs.